Let's look at section 2.7, mixture apps and uniform motion. Question number 1. Write an algebraic expression as indicated. Rachel needs a mixture of 41 pounds of nuts consisting of peanuts and cashews. Let P represent the number of pounds of peanuts in the mixture. Write an algebraic expression for the number of pounds of cashews that she needs to add. Okay, she needs to have pounds of peanuts plus pounds of cashews, and that's supposed to equal a mixture of 41 pounds. So 41 pounds. In the problem, it says to let P represent, so P is going to represent the number of pounds of peanuts. So peanuts is going to be P. So you have P plus pounds of cashews is supposed to equal 41. You want to write an expression for the number of pounds of cashews. So how would I solve for cashews? I would need to subtract P from both sides. So the pounds of cashews could be written as 41 minus P. That's the algebraic expression for the number of cashews. Question number 2. Anna is a teacher at an elementary school. She purchased 71 tickets to take first grade children and some parents on a field trip to the zoo. She purchased children's tickets for $11 each and adult tickets for $18 each. She spent a total of $921. How many of each ticket did she buy? Okay, let's go circle the important information. 71 tickets. Some for children, some for parents. Okay, the next bit of information is money. She purchased children tickets for $11 each, adult tickets for $18 each, and spent a total of $921. Okay, looking at the table, the red looks the easiest to fill out. So total cost of tickets was $921. Adult tickets were $18 each, and kid tickets were $11 each. All right. Now, for the green, the number of tickets, the total was 71. You have adult tickets and children tickets, right? So we're going to say A and C. One equation you can write out is that the total number of tickets was 71. So A plus C has to equal 71. Now let's go do the red equation. Each adult ticket cost $18. And how many adult tickets did you buy? You bought A of them. So $18 a ticket times that many tickets, A, plus the kid tickets were $11 each, and you bought C of those, and you spent a total of $921. Okay, how do you solve this? First thing you're going to do is get A by itself. How do you get A by itself? You've got to subtract C from both sides. So A is equal to 71 minus C. Now over here, instead of writing A in the red equation, I'm going to write 71 minus C. So I have 18 times 71 minus C plus 11C, and that equals 921. Now we need to solve that equation. So let's go distribute. 18 times 71, 18 times C. So here we go, calculator. 18 times 71 is 1278 minus 18C, and then I have plus 11C equals 921. I'm going to combine the two like terms, negative 18C plus 11C. So negative 18 plus 11 would give me negative 7C. Okay, I still have 1278. Now I have minus 7C equals 921. If I subtract 1278 from both sides, I'm left with negative 7C equals 921 minus 1278 is negative 357. Dividing both sides by negative 7, I have C equals, okay, negative 357 divided by negative 7. Negative 357 divided by negative 7 is 51. C equals 51. What did I just learn? I learned that Anna purchased 51 children's tickets. Now how do I get the number of adult tickets? Back up here, the number of adult tickets was 71 minus C, which was 51. 71 minus 51 is 20. So she purchased 20 adult tickets. Question 3. Stephen wants to buy some candy with his birthday money. He can choose from Jelly Belly jelly beans that sell for $6.99 per pound and Brock's Variety that sells for $1.99 per pound. He likes to have twice the amount of Jelly Belly jelly beans as Brock's Variety. If he spent a total of $79.85, how many pounds of each type of candy did he buy? Okay, I have two different types of jelly beans and the mixture. So let's go label these. This is Jelly Belly jelly beans, and this is Brock's Variety. Okay, let's go do the money first, because that's usually easiest. Jelly Belly is $6.99 per pound. Brock's Variety is $1.99 per pound. So this is going to be $6.99 per pound. This is $1.99 per pound. And a total cost of $79.85. Okay, now let's go do the amounts. He likes to have twice the amount of Jelly Belly, so twice the amount of Jelly Belly as Brock's. So if I let Brock's be this many pounds, X pounds, Jelly Belly jelly beans, he would like to have twice that many. So here comes my equation. Jelly Belly jelly beans sells for $6.99 per pound, and I want 2X pounds. Brock's Variety sells for $1.99 per pound, and I want X pounds. If I add those costs up, I'm going to spend $79.85. So, what is $6.99 times 2X? $6.99 times 2 is $13.98. Because remember, multiplication, I can either do $6.99 times 2X, or I can move the parentheses and do $6.99 times 2 first, which is what I just did. So $13.98x plus $1.99x is going to equal $79.85. Those are like terms. Even though they're decimals, it's okay. The calculator can handle it. 1398x plus 199x is going to give me 1597x. That equals 7985. Dividing both sides by 1597 leaves me with x equals 7985 divided by 1597 is 5. Now, what was x? X was the number of pounds of the Brock's variety. So Brock's variety, he bought 5 pounds. For the Jelly Belly, he bought twice as much as he bought of the Brock's. So 2 times 5 would give me 10 pounds of Jelly Belly jelly beans. Number 4, a bucket contains 2.8 liters of a bleach solution. Let N represent the number of liters of bleach solution in a second bucket. Write an expression for the total amount of bleach solution. So you have 2 buckets. Bucket 1, bucket 2, and you're going to have a total. So this is bucket 1, this is bucket 2, and this is your total bleach solution. Bucket 1 contains 2.8 liters. Let N represent the liters in the second. So this one has N. So if you have 2.8 liters and you add N liters, the total you would have is 2.8 plus N. So the expression for the total amount of bleach solution is 2.8 plus N. Question 5. James has $2,000 in one savings account. Let Z represent the amount he has in another savings account. Write an expression for the total amount of money in both accounts. All right, he has 2 accounts and then a total. So this is savings account 1, this is savings account 2, and here's the total. He has 2,000 in one of them, and then let Z represent the amount in the second one. You want to write the expression for the total amount of money that are in both accounts. So you'd have 2,000 plus Z. Question 6. A landscaper needs to mix a 75% pesticide solution with 20 gallons of a 25% pesticide solution to obtain a 70% pesticide solution. How many gallons of the 75% solution must he use? All right, we have 2 solutions that we're mixing together to come up with a third solution. Okay, let's go after the percentages first. He needs to mix a 75% solution, so that's going to be 0.75. Let's change the percentage to a decimal. Mix a 75% solution with a 25% solution, so this one's 0.25, to obtain a 70% solution. This is 0.70. Now let's go with the amount. 20 gallons of the 25% pesticide solution. So here's 20 gallons. He needs to mix this one to obtain that one. Okay, how many gallons of the 75% solution? So this is X, that's what we don't know. Okay, if you're mixing X gallons here with 20 gallons here, how much are you going to have total? Well, the answer would be X plus 20 gallons. And those are the problems that we just did up above, or they're similar to it. All right, you've got 2 bits of information in each one of your buckets. So let's go write our equation. You need 0.75%. Well, let me get a better place to write. Let's see. Let's scroll down just a little bit. Okay, 0.75% solution with that many gallons plus 0.25 times 20 gallons is going to give you a 70% solution, 0.70 times X plus 20 gallons. So percent times gallons plus percent times gallon equals percent times gallons. If I go distribute this 0.7 and go do the multiplication here, I'll have 0.75x plus 0.25 times 20 is 5. That will equal 0.70x plus 0.70 times 20. Nope. Is 14. Okay. I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides. And I have 0.75x equals 0.70x plus, what is 14 minus 5? 9. Now I'm going to subtract 0.70x. .75x minus 0.70x is 0.05x, and that equals 9. I'm going to write that again over here. 0.05x equals 9. Dividing both sides by 0.05. I get x equals 9 divided by 0.05, which is 180. So let's go into the question. How many gallons of the 75% solution must he add? Okay, that was x, right? And we solved for x. So he needs to add 180 gallons of the 75% pesticide solution. Question 7 is very, very similar. A vet needs a mixture that contains 8% of a certain medication to treat an injured bird. How many milliliters of a 16% solution should be mixed with 8 milliliters of a 5% solution to obtain a solution that is 8% medication? I need to go with my solution mixtures. I'm mixing 2 different things and getting a mixture. Okay, percentages. How many milliliters of a 16% solution should be mixed with a 5% solution to obtain a solution that's 8%? So I'm mixing a 16% and a 5%. Don't forget 5% is 0.05. And I want to get a mixture that's 0.08 or 8%. Now let's go get the amount. How many milliliters of the 16, so that's going to be our X, should be mixed with 8 milliliters of the 5 to obtain a solution that's 8%. Okay, if I add 8 milliliters, X milliliters plus 8 milliliters, I would get X plus 8 milliliters in my mixture. My equation is going to be 0.16x plus 0.05 times 8 equals 0.08 times x plus 8. 0.16x plus 0.05 times 8, which is 0.4, equals, if I go distribute, I have 0.08x plus 0.08 times 8, which is 0.64. I'm going to subtract 0.4 from both sides. I'm left with 0.16x equals 0.08x, and then 0.64 minus 0.4 is 0.24, so plus 0.24. Subtracting 0.08x from both sides, .16x minus 0.08x leaves me with 0.08x, and that's supposed to equal 0.24. Dividing both sides by 0.08 leaves me with x equals 0.24 divided by 0.08, which is 3. Now, what was my x? My x was the number of milliliters of the 16% solution, and that's what I'm looking for. So I need to add 3 milliliters of the 16% medication. Question number 8, part 1. If a plane travels 260 miles per hour for 3.5 hours, find the distance traveled. Okay, for distance problems, I know that distance equals rate times time. If I travel 260 miles per hour and I travel for 3.5 hours, I'm going to do 260 times 3.5, which is 910. Now for the units, if I have miles per hour times hour, the hours will cancel and I'm left with just miles. So the distance traveled is 910 miles. Part 2, if a plane travels at X miles per hour for 3.5 hours, write an expression that represents the distance traveled. So again, distance is rate times time. So my rate is X miles per hour, and my time is 3.5 hours. So what is X times 3.5? Well, that would be 3.5x. My units, miles per hour times hour, leaves me with just miles. So I have traveled 3.5x miles. Part 3. If a plane travels at x minus 20 miles per hour for 3.5 hours, write an expression that represents the distance traveled. One last time. Distance equals rate times time. If my rate is x minus 120 and my time is 3.5 hours, I'm going to go ahead and distribute and get 3.5x minus, what is 120 times 3.5? 420. My rate was in miles per hour. My time was in hours. So my expression that represents the distance traveled would be 3.5x minus 420 miles. So it's this number of miles.